So my name is Erika Chambers, and I work for Black Female Project. I've been with Black Female Project, I'll say, since 2021. It's just been transformational for me. The opportunity to really see what your genius is and how your genius can help to create the impact or the experience that's going to change someone else's life.
Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm shedding my ego.
I was an executive director prior to Black Female Project. 2019, I resigned. I was that for about 3 years at a nonprofit in San Francisco. And I got connected through my mentor, Dr. Cheryl Evans-Davis. She went on to lead the Human Rights Commission in San Francisco and passed the baton on to me. And through that connection, met Precious. I don't know how I got on the mailing list, but I received a newsletter and it had a podcast with Charmaine Mercer in it. And I listened to that podcast and I was like, oh, this is empowering. I need to learn more. So I kept listening and then talked to Precious about how powerful it was. And she invited me in 2017 to record my podcast. I wasn't even aware of how much I had repressed from my work experiences, the racism, the sexism, all the other isms we experience in the workplace. And listening to those podcasts, I was just like, wow. I didn't have time to even stop to think about those things. You just experience, you might react in the moment and then you move on because there's so much to do. Really sit and reflect. How did I show up? How did I impact others? What did others do and how did that impact me? And being honest with the emotions and the feelings that I had and then work through those. And then had just new sisters and mentors to talk to when I didn't understand why that happened or what I was processing. They helped me to just think deeply about what that was and why it was triggering me in those moments. The Black Female Project mission is to uplift the voices of Black women, to affirm our experiences, and to offer insights to achieving self-defined success in the workplace and beyond. And I think that's important to me because in many of my past professional experiences, I didn't feel affirmed. I had to affirm myself. I had many moments where I questioned my abilities, trying to live up to the white gaze and all of those things. I think for me, it was about centering me and my uniqueness, my gifts, my talents. The healing that takes place in the session or in the workshop or in the conversation. As an employee, I think about, we curate an experience for our attendees, but it transforms us. And so when we do our debrief, we're talking about the things that, the gaps. Okay, we missed this and that, but we're also talking about what the speaker said impacted me during the session. And so it's not just about showing up for work and putting on this event for everybody, but it's actually for us too and for our growth. So you have a team that's supportive of you, understanding that we're all going through life experiences, pandemics, social uprisings, all of these things that are happening, but people that can see that and lean in when you need them to, making sure you meet your deadlines, but definitely having the support you need to be successful in your position. My role is Director of Special Projects, but really at the core, Teacher Truth lead, and I support programs and making sure that we do that research with care. We do no further harm to our Black educators. So I watch the Teacher Truth videos like often, I'll say every couple of weeks. And something new comes up every time that I watch the 5 interviews. These stories have been told for years and years, be it the teachers or Black women. Do we just continue to have conversations or do we now act on that? The focus on Black educators is unique because we've gone through this since integration. And we have the answers. The teachers, they gave us the recommendations. We know what we need to do. It's a culture change. The reality is the field ready for the cultural change? Last year was about listening and learning in the field, and this year is about now taking that learning and presenting it to the field, because I really want to see the Teacher Truth research come to fruition. I would like to see us change the field of education and then use that to look at other industries. I would say my favorite experience so far with the work at Black Female Project and Teacher Truth was our second annual watch party that we held in September 1st. The first year, I was just coming on, so I just kind of observed and watched and was part of the audience. This year, I was actually on the panel with the researchers. And so coming out of my doctoral program and having the opportunity to be with these powerhouse doctors who have been in the game for 20 years or more, I was nervous, of course, but when I went back to look at it, I was like, you know this. You don't have to be nervous. Show up in your confidence, like I've really got intimate with the work over last year. And so now embracing that and not shying away. Since working with Black Female Project, I've learned what I can live without, and I learned what I needed to thrive, which is a space that centers healing. If I'm showing up and I'm not 100%, share it with my team so they know and I can lean on them because it's centered in love. I think that is one of the most powerful things that I have experienced there. And even when there's challenges, it's not coming from this place of you let me down or, I'm upset because we didn't meet our goals, but this place of how can we get better? What can we do next time to make sure that we get what we need, but that our network gets what they need? What's supposed to happen will happen. Who says that at work? It's like the way the spirit moves us is the way we're supposed to move. So a lot of times it does not feel like work for me. And so this is the standard, like if it's not centered in love and I see it's all about profits, that's probably not going to be the opportunity for me. When I look at our fearless leader, Precious Stroud, right? This came out of her own experience. This is how it was born. And Black Female Project is living and breathing. So we don't use the in front of it because it's almost like if I say the Eureka. No, it's just Eureka, and she is breathing. She's what you need in that moment. And so it may look different for you than it looks for me. The way that the organization is designed, Black women don't have an opportunity to shine many times. It's not about competition here. It's about bringing your best self to the table and shining all together. And so I think Precious's vision, it has shaped all of it. She says all the time that it's beyond what I ever imagined, and I'm gonna let y'all run with it. But of course, it's your baby, so you still wanna stay engaged, which I think is really powerful because it helps to ground us in the guidelines, the mission, the vision as we do the work. I tell her all the time, everybody deserves a Precious Stroud as a boss, because it's just an experience I've never thought I would have, and I never had prior to this. I don't see me walking away from Black Female Project. I see me staying around for a long time and then paving the way to open it up for another young researcher to come in and kind of take over that work with another industry.
Hey, hey. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm shedding my